You talked about how consistent you've got to be in driving the car all the time on the limit, but obviously at the start of this year the car wasn't really very consistent at all in terms of its handling and its balance. Talk us through how that car has got better, how you managed to make the improvements and turn it into the car that it is today. How hard has that been?
Yeah, at the beginning of the season, unfortunately the car wasn't great. Even now actually, but it's a little bit better. It was very inconsistent in the braking point. There was a lot of understeering in the high-speed corners. The problem was mainly from the wind tunnel, because all the figures in the wind tunnel were very good, but once we put the car on the ground, the data are completely different than the wind tunnel. So we understood some problems just a couple of months ago, and unfortunately it was quite late. We made a step forward, but was not enough. So for that, because the gap between us and Ferrari, McLaren and BMW is still too big, we decided to stop the development of the car 2007 and just be concentrate for next year car.
And how does that feel? The first time you get in that R27 and you think, how quickly do you know that car doesn't work? And secondly, how do you feel inside? Because obviously coming from 2 years with a World Championship team, you must have felt this was your year, and then suddenly the R27 just isn't there. What does that feel like in January when that kind of hits home?
Yeah, at the beginning of the season, I was really happy to start the season. I was really confident to fight for the championship. But once we put the car on the ground the first time, there was something wrong. The car was a bit inconsistent, but we didn't understand a lot because we were running just with another team. It was Super Aguri. Then another thing was maybe changing the tire from Michelin to Bridgestone. Especially the compound is much stiffer than last year, and we thought maybe we are okay, maybe are the tires. But once we went in testing all together, we understood straight away about our pace wasn't good enough.
Ladies and gentlemen, get ready for I'm going to ask you to give questions from the floor in a minute, but I'm going to ask you one more question from us, which is Fernando Alonso, your teammate for 2 years. You've been a good friend of his, a good teammate. He won the championship. You helped the team win the Constructors' Championship for 2 years. What's happening? He seems to be having a terrible time. What's happening, do you think?
Well, I don't understand, because first of all, Fernando, he has a fantastic car even this year. He's second by 5 points to Hamilton. So it's difficult to understand what happened. Maybe the atmosphere in the team is not as Renault. Maybe he doesn't feel comfortable. And I think he's doing everything to leave the team. But I don't know if it's the right choice.
I'll tell you what, can we have a round of applause for an honest answer from a Formula One driver? Very good answer.